All right, well, the Joe Biden loves his son bit continues down there at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That is all White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre had to say after Hunter Biden's sweetheart deal with the DOJ completely collapsed on Wednesday. The tight-lipped response from KJP came just hours after District Court Judge Mary Ellen Norica rejected the terms of the government's unprecedented plea deal. And so now the $10 million question at hand. Were prosecutors caught red-handed giving the president's son a pass in an attempt to insulate him against all future crimes? Want to bring in a former Trump White House associate counsel and a senior fellow at the Independent Women's Law Center, May Melman, as well as constitutional attorney Andrew Lieb. Also with us, our special guest, a criminal defense attorney and civil attorney Ken Belkin. Look, I'll start with you, Ken. We have both the DOJ and Hunter Biden's legal team. They arrived in court on Wednesday. They thought the deal was done, and then the judge wasn't basically having it, saying, it seems to me like you're trying to just rubber stamp the agreement, Your Honor. This seems to me to be some form over substance. She couldn't get a straight answer out of the prosecution regarding whether Hunter had immunity for future crimes. Maybe did it, Ken, walk us through this, because again, as I keep trying to articulate here to people, this is not just some tiny little misstep here. I mean, most plea deals are hammered out in writing before you even get to the courtroom, much less to see it fall apart in this manner where they were basically trying to gloss over the most important detail, namely how broad would this immunity stretch?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like this should have been discussed between the prosecutors and the defense team, whether or not this was going to cover future acts, maybe what specific future acts, maybe they would have been given a tip as to what's being investigated. Because I think if you look at Congress's investigation, there's at least a pretty damning case, in my opinion, of bribery and foreign failure to register as a foreign agent. We know, at least in one instance, the Bidens received about $10 million allegedly to get a prosecutor fired in the Ukraine that was looking into a company that, spoiler alert, the vice president's son was on the board of. So we're pretty sure something was going on. So what exactly is he being immunized from?
Absolutely. May want to come to you because the long-standing line from Joe Biden has been that, oh, well, I don't know what my son does. He has never made any money. I have never made any money. We haven't made any money. I was just a poor black child born on the south side of Chicago. That apparently has been his thing. I mean, I don't know if you want to go back. Do we have that tape from 2020 where there we had the President Trump then debating former Vice President Joe Biden talking specifically about this? Take a listen. Do we have that? What appears we don't have it. But May, I think to that point again, do we actually get people to fully understand that they've been repeating this lie going all the way back to the October of 2020, going all the way back to January of 2020, going all the way back to 2019, and now in court, Hunter Biden has acknowledged that it made at least $600,000 from one of these Chinese companies.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising to me that anyone actually believes at this point that Joe Biden is not involved with Hunter's foreign business deals and is not involved directly in bribery. We're going to hear from Devin Archer, one of Hunter Biden's friends, on Monday, and he's going to say, we think, that Joe Biden was on speakerphone with Hunter Biden and Hunter Biden's foreign business partners. Why on earth would any company pay Hunter Biden $83,000 a month unless Hunter Biden is providing access and, as Chuck Grassley has exposed, and directly helping foreign companies avoid charges in those foreign companies? So directly affecting foreign policy from the vice president's office. The fact that there are not more questions being asked, the fact that people continue to blind themselves to this is just astounding to me, that the American public can't get on board.
Absolutely. Andrew, we do have that shot now. I want to go back to that debate stage in October of 2020 and listen to that exchange between President Trump and then former Vice President Joe Biden. Take a listen.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about? China. I have not had, the only guy made money from China is this guy. He's the only one. Nobody else has made money from China.
So there we have it. And yet on Wednesday, we have the quote here from Hunter Biden. I started a company called Hudson West, Your Honor, and my partner was associated with a Chinese energy company called CEFC. The judge said $664,000 from a Chinese infrastructure investment company. Is that one of the companies we've already talked about? Response from Hunter Biden, I believe so. Yes, Your Honor. So again, this my word is stronger than oak approach to this big lie that the Biden family has concocted appears to me to be completely crumbling.
You see, Joe, I think that it's definitely something that we're raising questions with. And if you go back, the Ways and Means Committee Chair Smith tried to put in an amicus brief to alert the judge about what's going on in these investigations. That said, the judge only punted and said, I want to get briefs. I want to get a new date because I want you guys to hammer out the scope of this plea deal when it comes to immunity. So I think the judge was doing the judge's job. If you look at Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure 11, she has to allocute when she's taking a plea deal, and she's looking into it and saying, what is this? What is covered? What is not covered? You all better figure this out and come back to me when you know what you're talking about. So, Joe, I think the answer is we have questions. We don't have answers, but they need to keep investigating, Joe.
Absolutely. Ken, quickly here again, you look at what happened here. It appears to me that they wanted to have a deal in principle, a wink and a nod, without ever having to put these details on paper. From your perspective, a legal standpoint, when we have the quote saying that there is zero precedent for any type of deal like this ever being structured in the past, does it feel like, at least, the DOJ got caught trying to effectively force this judge to rubber stamp the deal, as he said?
Yeah, it looks like there was an attempt to get the judge to rubber stamp it. And it looks like this judge asked some questions that I think both sides did not anticipate being asked about this deal, largely because of all the public scrutiny around it and it being the president's son. So rightfully, there's public scrutiny. But I do think in the final analysis, it remains to be seen what this judge is going to do with respect to this deal.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, going to have to leave it there. May, Andrew, Ken, thank you so much. Coming up, again, the top GOP